So I want to transition now to Cam Newton and Mac Jones. Two quarterbacks that currently play for the New England Patriots. Now, who should be the starter between Cam Newton and Mac Jones, you should ask. If you're asking me, I believe it should be Cam Newton. And this is taking nothing away from Mac Jones. I actually made a topic on Mac Jones before the draft officially got underway, and I said, in that segment, Mac Jones is better than you think. A lot of people thought that Mac Jones was just this, average quarterback prospect. And I said, no, this guy is accurate. He makes good decisions. He has sneaky good arm strength. He's a fast learner. And I think that he's going to be a pretty solid quarterback in the NFL. And so far, Mac Jones in the preseason has been accurate. He's been making good decisions. He seems to be picking up the playbook very well. And I think Mac Jones has more than enough arm strength to make all the requisite throws in the NFL. And he's clearly the future of the New England Patriots at quarterback because they drafted him in the first round. And while Cam Newton is a good starter, I think his best days are past him. And I think that Belichick and the Patriots coaching staff realizes this. But the question right now, here in 2021, is this. Who at this very moment gives the New England Patriots the best chance to win football games and make the playoffs and potentially compete for a Super Bowl going forward right now today in 2021? That guy is Cam Newton. Cam Newton is more experienced. He knows the system. At this point, he has a more powerful arm than Mac Jones. He'll always have a more powerful arm than Mac Jones just because Cam Newton is more physically talented and he has more God-given ability than Mac Jones from a athletic standpoint, from a strength standpoint, And Cam Newton also gives you a dynamic that Mac Jones doesn't quite bring to the table. The ability to run the football. Cam Newton last year had 12 rushing touchdowns. And I think that what really separates the two quarterbacks is which quarterback is going to be the best in the red zone. Because if Mac Jones doesn't have an open wide receiver, he's not making up much things on the fly. He's a guy that has to be on schedule. The pocket has to be clean. Making plays off script and being creative outside the pocket, that's not Mac Jones' game. And that's not what you drafted him to do. Okay? So you got to play to his strengths. Meanwhile, Cam Newton, he gives you that extra luxury to be creative in the red zone, to call some read option plays. If a guy rushes free, he can just scramble around and make a play or two. Okay? And here's the thing. You got to ask this question. When adversity hits and when things get tight, who can truly rally the troops the best between Cam Newton and Mac Jones? I'm going to say it's Cam Newton because Cam Newton has been to a Super Bowl in the past. He's won a lot of games. He's a former league MVP. Cam Newton has been there and done that before. Mac Jones, what happens to the Patriots go on a 2-game losing streak? Is Mac Jones really that leader that can rally the troops? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But what we do know is Cam Newton has been in that situation before. So I think Cam Newton is still good enough to be a starting quarterback on a really good football team. I think last year, Cam Newton really suffered from COVID-19, also learning a whole new system, and quite frankly, the players around him weren't very good. The Patriots have upgraded at wide receiver. They've reloaded their team. The offensive line is pretty good. They have good running backs. The defense should be a lot better. The schedule is a lot easier this year. I just think that when it comes to Cam Newton, I think that if you watched those games in detail last year, you have known that Cam Newton was out there. He was doing the best he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have struggled in the situation that Cam Newton was put into last year. And maybe some quarterbacks would have been better. Like if you put Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers in that situation, maybe they lead you to the playoffs. Maybe Tom Brady's better. I don't know. But the point is, the situation for Cam Newton was not ideal last year. The wide receivers were not very good. The Patriots, they were a retooling team that, quite frankly, they weren't that good last year. But this year, they've reloaded. And I believe Cam Newton him having a second year to really learn that system and dissect things, he'll be a lot better. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Mac Jones to sit and learn and develop. And when Mac Jones' time is called, he'll have a lot less growing pains as opposed to if he starts from day number one. If Mac Jones starts from day one, there will be some legitimate growing pains. And I think that next year, if he's the guy and he just redshirts this year, it'll definitely benefit him. And listen, this is a tough division. Buffalo's a real football team. Miami's really talented. The Jets should be improved. Like, this is a really tight division. So you don't have time for rookie quarterbacks to be going through growing pains. So I think Cam Newton should be the starter in New England from day one for all the reasons that I mentioned. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.